afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Wednesday. Did you see the sun this morning?
I did.
For an hour and a half?
I savored it for as quickly as it was here. Now a rainy stretch is on the way.
Yeah, maybe some snow. A good time to get out of here, but travel's expensive right now.
That's right. We're going to talk to CBS News Chief Travel Editor Peter Greenberg about some summer travel tips and trends.
But first, topping our news today, a daycare worker charged with neglect after the death of a 4-month-old in her care.
A report on how the April election day went from our political reporter, Will Keneally.
And the U.S. and its allies are now trying to exert more powerful economic pressure on Russia. Let's take a look outside. The rain has returned, cooler temperatures, windy.
April is living up to its reputation so far.
Yeah, it's not great out there, but Dana's outside and that brightens up everybody's day.
Yes, it does.
Hey, if you can't see the sun in the sky, I'm here to try to bring some sunshine to the newsroom, guys. That's the goal here. I did have to grab the umbrella just a few minutes ago. The rain not coming down too hard out on the patio, but it's pretty big raindrops for us, enough that you'll probably need the windshield wiper blades driving home. As we look at our Doppler track, we had steadier rain coming through earlier this afternoon. That line now pushing through Dane County. Some areas might not see green on the map, but I wouldn't be surprised if there is just enough drizzle that the radar's not picking it up. The green areas, that's about 1/4 of an inch of accumulation, but closer to those blue spots, just shy of an inch of accumulation over the last 24 hours. So we had some steady rainfall come through overnight, and again, a little more light rain this afternoon. That's going to continue for us overnight with more rain coming down. Right now, it is just rain showers since temperatures are in the 40s. But no, as we drop overnight closer to freezing, that's going to start to mix with some snow. On top of the rain, it is quite windy outside. Wind speeds in the teens with wind gusts closer to 30 miles per hour right now. And remember that weather station in Monroe is located on a hill, so 30 miles per hour, certainly a very high reading for the Monroe area. Temperatures tomorrow will land close to 40 for afternoon high, so it's going to be breezy and chilly outside yet again with more chances for showers creeping back into the area. As far as traffic is concerned right now, a lot of green popping up. Green for the rain, green for good traffic. East and west battle on the Beltline, no major delays, and the interstate north and southbound is nice and smooth for us through Rock County and through Dane County this evening. To get from the Beltline to Janesville, 25 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City and downtown to Sun Prairie, 18 minutes for us this evening. And while I'm just talking about rain, it is Severe Weather Awareness Week. Our coverage continues tonight with the First Warm Weather team taking a closer look at what you should be doing if you're away from home during a severe weather event. That's coming up tonight at 6.
All right. We'll see you later in this program, Dana. Thank you. A 4-month-old baby is dead, and his daycare provider is facing criminal charges.
Prosecutors say Wyatt Hamlin died last month, a week after suffering injuries in the care of Joanna Ford, who provided daycare services at her home.
Our Brady Mallory joins us now with a closer look at what investigators say happened. Brady.
Our court documents say Wyatt Hamlin died from a severe traumatic brain injury. Ford is charged with neglecting a child, resulting in death. The medical examiner's office says abusive head trauma is the cause of death. Wyatt's case was reportedly ruled as definitive physical abuse of a child. At an initial appearance today, Ford's attorney requested a preliminary hearing, which is set for May 31st. We are taking a closer look at the criminal complaint, and we will have new details about what led up to the baby's death and Ford's arrest. On News 3 now at 5.
We'll see you then, Brady. Thank you. A Marquette County Sheriff's deputy was fired after he was arrested for allegedly engaging in sexual behavior with a minor. Travis Biddleman was arrested today after a video surfaced of him allegedly soliciting sexual activities with a minor. The Columbia County Sheriff's Office is conducting an external investigation into the allegations alongside the Wisconsin Department of Justice's Division of Criminal Investigation. The Marquette County Sheriff's Office is also conducting an internal investigation and policy review. Authorities said they plan to share the results of their investigation once it's complete. Well, polling places for some Madison voters may have changed yesterday.
That's due to new ward lines in the city and also a shakeup in the polling places, changes made during the pandemic.
Our political reporter, Will Keneally, explains how it all went. Will?
So some of the polling places changes caused confusion among voters. Major difference in this election was school buildings were not allowed to be used as polling places. Despite this, city clerk says that there were more polling places this April. Pre-pandemic in 2019, there were only 90 locations.
We have 92 polling locations today. We hope to have more polling locations in the fall. So this is something that we're still working on trying to improve.
Madison's clerk says she hopes that they can use schools as polling places again in the fall. A district spokesman said that COVID concerns are what prevented schools from being used yesterday. The school district still requires masks, which can't be allowed in polling places. He added that physical distancing and sanitizing the facilities were also a concern. But the change in locations for some voters pose accessibility issues. We'll hear more at 6 from disability rights advocates on just how well Tuesday's election went.
Well, thank you. The U.S. and European allies are once again escalating economic pressures on Russia as Ukraine reports growing evidence of war crimes.
The Pentagon says atrocities in the city of Bucha appear to be premeditated.
Natalie Brand reports from the White House on the U.S. response.
There's nothing less happening than major war crimes.
Citing atrocities in Ukraine, including in Bucha, the U.S., along with G7 countries and European allies, announced new sanctions against Russia. The sanctions target President Putin's adult children, Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov's wife and daughter, and Russian Security Council officials. The Biden administration is also sanctioning Russia's largest financial institution, and the president is signing an executive order banning new investment in Russia.
We're going to keep raising the economic cost and ratchet up the pain for Putin and further increase Russia's economic isolation.
Also Wednesday, the U.S. Justice Department unsealed an indictment charging a Russian oligarch with violating previous sanctions, and the DOJ says it's seizing millions of dollars from an account at a U.S. bank.
Our goal is to ensure that sanctioned Russian oligarchs and cyber criminals will not find safe haven.
As officials in Ukraine collect mounting evidence of war crimes, U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland says his department is helping international efforts to hold those responsible accountable.
The White House is also sending an additional $100 million worth of Javelin anti-tank missiles to Ukraine, and a senior defense official says a small number of Ukrainians in the U.S. have received weapons training.
They will be going back soon, back home, to train others in the Ukrainian military.
The Pentagon says Russian forces have withdrawn from areas around Kyiv and Chernihiv, though fighting in the Donbas region is expected to intensify. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
And today, the Justice Department also announced it has disrupted a malicious digital network known as Botnet, which was run by the Russian Military Intelligence Agency. FBI Director Christopher Wray warns that Russia's cyber actions could continue to pose imminent threat.
Oklahoma's state legislature has approved a bill to make abortion a felony in that state. If it becomes law, doctors who perform abortions could face up to 10 years in prison and a $100,000 fine. Oklahoma's bill is the latest in a series of anti-abortion laws passed by Republican-led state governments, including one in Mississippi, currently before the U.S. Supreme Court. If upheld, it would overturn Roe v. Wade. Rebecca Tong is the co-executive director of Trust Women, which runs one of Oklahoma's 4 remaining abortion clinics.
What I'm scared of is that people will not be able to make a decision that fits their life, and it will change the course and direction of their life because of it.
8 more anti-abortion bills are working their way through the Oklahoma legislature, and the governor there says he is prepared to sign all of them.
A warning for those commuting to Madison each day from the southwest. Highway 18151 between Mount Horeb and Fitchburg is getting some maintenance done. The US 18151 will be open to 1 lane in each direction during construction. Ramp closures are also anticipated during the work. The project will include concrete base patching and an asphalt overlay. It'll also include an extended right turn lane along the westbound off-ramp to County Road PB.
A warning for dog owners. A type of canine flu is making the rounds and spreading quickly. It's officially called Canine Infectious Respiratory Disease Complex, but it's often referred to as canine cough or kennel cough. Veterinarians say symptoms include coughing, sneezing, discharge from the nose and eyes, and difficulty breathing. The virus spreads when dogs are in close contact.
Big thing that we will see is kind of a cough, a dry, productive cough where it sounds as though they're trying to hack something up.
At this point, the outbreak appears to be confined in South Florida, but veterinarians say that could change quickly. If your pet shows symptoms, it's important to stay away from dog parks, groomers, and play dates to avoid transmission to other animals.
Grace, a local nonprofit healthcare organization, is holding a 24-hour giving challenge to sustain care. The Giving Day helps support people in their communities without health insurance or who are too young for Medicare. They can receive the quality care they need. Donations on Giving Day also help fund other essential programs and services that are not covered by insurance, such as community grief support, specialized clinical staff training, the Grace Wish program, and more.
It's really just an opportunity for folks to come together and celebrate the work that a Grace does, and also support the opportunity for folks to receive care, support, and healing.
The Giving Day is still going on. It runs until midnight tonight. To participate, go to grace.org/Giving Day to make a gift of any size.
Well, a Sauk City woman had her dream come true today on her 100th birthday. Fidelia Brune got to ride with her family in a fire truck. Dale, as everyone calls her, has been talking about this moment for years. This is a special preview of a report that our Josh Spreiter is preparing for, a story for you on Monday on News 3 Now this morning. Dale tells Josh what it takes to live a long and happy life. I am looking forward to seeing that story. I want to know all of her secrets.
Why a fire truck?
Yeah.
We'll find out. Well, the summer travel season almost here, and if you plan on flying, plan on paying a lot more.
We'll have the latest travel news from CBS News senior travel advisor Peter Greenberg when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
What does the Larson experience mean? It means when you entrust us with your gutter or roof project, we'll treat you like a member of our team from start to finish. Hi, Andrew Larson here, owner of Larson Home Services. It's always been important to me to provide service that can't be beat. Over the past 10 years, we've worked with thousands of families in the community, and we make sure they're always in the loop from the moment we start the project until well after the project is done. We want you to brag about us. It's our goal, the Larson experience. My team has discovered a new product we're really excited about, Gutter Shutter. It's the strongest and most effective gutter system on the market, guaranteed to never clog, sag, or pull away. With the largest downspouts, stronger aluminum, and it's made in the USA. We'll show you why Gutter Shutter means you can stay off your ladder forever. Right now, get 75% off installation labor, free financing for 24 months, and a $100 Visa gift card with your new gutter system. Call now to set up your free estimate.
At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find Wisconsin's largest selection of tandems, bicycles built for two, from Trek, Schwinn, Cannondale, and CoMotion USA. CoMotion tandems can be individually customized, including a coupling system that allows for easy traveling with your personalized tandem. Machinery Row Bicycles is the place to shop for your new tandem, bicycle built for two. Machinery Row Bicycles, the most beautiful bicycle store in the world.
Grass looks great, Zeus. Hey, could you maybe trim the hydrangea too?
Sure thing, Kevin. You want me to do the box suits as well?
No. Finding the right person for the job isn't always easy. But when you have an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can give you personalized advice and could help you save hundreds.
Hey, Medusa, let's boogie.
For expert help with all your insurance needs, get to know your local Geico agent today.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Welcome back. Baseball fans have been patiently waiting for the start of the season after player negotiations delayed spring training and the first series of games.
But Minnesota Twins fans will have to wait even longer to head out to the ballpark, with a forecast predicting a mix of rain and snow. Opening day for the MLB. The MLB team has been delayed. The Twins were set to host the Seattle Mariners tomorrow, but the game will now be played Friday at Target Field. Not that the weather will be much improved. Temperatures are only expected to creep into the low 40s.
Will Smith could get slapped with sanctions for slapping Chris Rock at this year's Oscars. That's what will be up for discussion this Friday when the Board of Governors for the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences meets. The meeting was initially scheduled for the 18th, but the board decided to move it up, saying it's in everyone's best interest to handle this sooner rather than later. Smith has already resigned from the Academy, but the board says they're considering disciplinary proceedings for violating the Academy's standards of conduct. The slap happened after Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's close-cropped hair. She has alopecia. It's not long after that Smith went back on stage to accept the Best Actor Oscar for his role in the film King Richard.
Madison is getting nearly $13 million to support transit. President Biden and the U.S. Department of Transportation announced a more than $20 billion investment today in American transit, thanks to the bipartisan infrastructure law. Wisconsin will receive $116 million in annual transit formula funding based on the funding set by Congress. Communities may also receive additional funding that is distributed to urban areas.
Tech shares brought down all the stocks on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials fell 144 points, closing at 34,496. The tech-heavy NASDAQ gave up 315 points, or 2.2%. The S&P 500 lost 43. The summer travel season is almost upon us.
A new report by American Express shows 76% of families plan to travel more this year, and 70% plan to take their first international trip since the pandemic.
CBS News senior travel advisor Peter Greenberg joins us with some summer travel advice, this time from Maui.
Lucky duck.
Aloha, Peter.
Yeah, aloha to you.
What is the status of tourism in Hawaii? I know they were pretty strict for a while.
They were the most restricted state in America. They were on serious lockdown since almost the beginning of the pandemic. You had to do multiple tests, quarantines, masks, you name it, wear wristbands. There were quarantine periods that exceeded 2 weeks at some point. Guess what? That's all gone now. As of March 26th, the masks are not even being required. The state is completely wide open now. So that's the good news. The tough news for travelers is it's not a secret that the state is open and lots of people are coming. Every flight is full, and that's now reflected in the rise in airfares and hotel room rates. So if you want to come, you better book now, because it's really getting crazy, not to mention rental cars as well.
Airlines continue to be understaffed. At the same time, the travel demand is soaring. That's a bad combination. And as you mentioned, airfares are very high. So what do travelers need to know?
Well, we're dealing with a ridiculous and inverse relationship right now. You got soaring demand, but at the same time, the airlines are realizing they can't support their schedules. They don't have enough staff to do it. They're cutting flights. JetBlue this week cut 27 routes for this summer. United Airlines, 20,000 flights a month. Southwest cut 10% of their schedule. That's 14,000 flights. So what that means is, if you're going to be flying this summer, try to get the very first flight of the day, and then try to determine, is that particular plane that you're about to get on, did it overnight at the airport the night before? That's where you have a reasonably good chance you'll have a crew for your flight. And then every time you wait, for every hour of the day that goes by, you increase your odds for either a delay or a full-fledged cancellation.
You mentioned rental cars, and rates are soaring. One particular model is nearly impossible to find. Which is it, and what's going on?
Well, when I tell you, it's going to make all the sense in the world. It's hybrid because of gas prices. People want to rent cars that are more fuel efficient. But it's crazier than that right now. There are 3 things you need to know before you ever leave the car and the rental car lot. Number 1, get out your cell phone, walk around the car, Take time-coded pictures of every ding and dent and scratch on that car, on the exterior of the car. Do the same thing on the interior. Then go back to the rental car counter and make sure that the rental car agent notes that on the agreement so that when you return the car, you're not dinged with up to $4,000 in repair fees for things you didn't do. That's number one. Number two, you better read the contract carefully because the days of unlimited mileage may be gone. They may be putting 100-mile caps per day on your car, and when you exceed that 100-mile cap, the per-mile charges are excessive. And then number three, and I have to caution you, this is the most absurd one of all, but people need to listen. Before you leave the rental car counter, ask them to confirm to you that your car has not been reported stolen. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, there's been such a scarcity of rental cars, and when people did rent them, they sometimes say, okay, even though the contract said for a week, I'll take it for 2 weeks. When they took it for that second week, the rental car company, in many cases, reported the car as stolen. Then they returned the car, paid the bill. But the rental car company didn't tell the authorities that the car wasn't stolen. Now, you go to rent the car, guess what? You get pulled over, you're behind bars. So make sure you get that confirmation before you leave the counter. It is a growing problem that your car has not been reported stolen.
Very quickly, should you buy the extra insurance, or is it on your credit card?
Well, I can't even give you a quick answer except to say this. If you have an automobile policy already, you're probably already covered. Now, the credit card policy only covers, in many cases, secondary insurance, and that only kicks in if you exhaust the limits of your first primary coverage that you supposedly have. But if you don't have car insurance already and you just use your credit card, you may not be covered.
All right. Nothing simple when it comes to rental
Not
cars.
anymore.
Well, Peter, enjoy. I know you're working, but enjoy Hawaii.
Great to see you, Peter.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, Peter. If you're planning to travel, take Shanghai off your list, at least for now.
The lockdown of that city continues because of COVID, and the 26 million residents there are not happy. That story coming up after Dana's First Warn forecast.
Outlets at the Dells in the center of water park heaven. With 60 of the world's biggest brands, we thrill the trendsetters and all who love a smoking hot discount. Save even more with 25% off and get a free VERA-BRADLEY umbrella. Visit outletsatthedells.com for coupon and details.
This is what people with eczema said about how their skin feels. When it comes to our skin, what if it could feel differently? Say hello to Opzelura for the treatment of mild to moderate eczema. Opzelura is a steroid-free cream, proven to help clear skin and significantly reduce itch. Do not start Opzelura if you have any infection, as it may lower your ability to fight them. Tell your doctor if you are being treated for an infection, have TB, or have been in close contact with someone with TB, have had hepatitis B or C. Serious lung infections, skin cancer, blood clots, and low blood cell counts have been reported with Opzelura. In patients taking JAK inhibitors, serious infections, increased risk of death, lymphoma, other cancers, immune system problems, and major cardiovascular events have occurred. The most common side effect is pain and swelling in the nose or throat. It's a one-of-a-kind cream. So what could that mean for your skin? Ask your dermatologist about Opzelura.
Imagine being able to fill your home for $99 a month. With the power of Bob's discount, it's possible. Take my Blake dining set for only $5.99. Add my best-selling Laurel sofa and love seat, only $9.99. And throw in my 5-piece Tremont Queen bedroom set for only $9.99. Math time. That's a house full of furniture for...
Calculating.
$25.97 or $99 per month for 30 months, totaling $29.70 with qualified special financing. Because with Bob's discount...
Math is fun.
Enough! This doom and gloom ends now.
It's time for a brighter view. Let the sun shine in with 2-for-1 windows from Feldco. Plus, no interest until 2023.
2-for-1 windows from Feldco ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
From working out to catching up, and of course, game night, your home is the groundwork for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to have been a part of this community for 77 years. And during our 77th anniversary event, carpet installation is just $77. Coyle Carpet One Floor and Home. Beautiful, made affordable. Locally owned and operated since 1945.
outlets at the Dells in the center of Water Park Heaven. With 60 of the world's biggest brands, we thrill the trendsetters and all who love a smoking hot discount. Save even more with 25% off and get a free Vera-Bradley umbrella. Visit outletsatthedells.com for coupon and details.
Take a look at this.
I got in, and I got a 100% scholarship. No loans.
Laura has hit the college jackpot. Not only is she accepted to Boston College to pursue her master's degree in education, but she also got a full ride scholarship. Boston College was her dream school and the only one she applied to at all. Laura called her favorite high school teacher to share the special moment. Then she called her mom.
Oh, this
That's
is
pretty
the best
exciting.
time of the year. I love these stories.
I mean,
Yes.
tuition at Boston College for a master's?
Oh my gosh, yes, the
Yeah.
scholarship, huge.
Huge. Good for her. Congratulations.
Very, very cool.
Well, we're stuck here.
It's a little cloudy right now.
Yeah.
A little
Rainy?
windy, a
Rainy?
little
Glimpse of the sun this morning.
Yes, this morning. You brought the sun today, actually, with your outfit, Susan. We do have a little more rain in the forecast, possibly even mixing with some light snow over the next few days. Take a closer look at the timing for this rain and when we might see the sun again right after the break.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sheesh Raval with the Ortho Team Clinic at Stoughton Health. We hope you can join us for our upcoming event on shoulder pain relief.
Have you envisioned a beautiful modern kitchen for your home? Choose from either Cascade or Frosty White, perhaps a wood tone such as Oak Gray or Summer Flame. Mad City is Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source for kitchen cabinet refacing. Avoid a lengthy remodel, stay under budget, and transform your kitchen in as little as 2 days. And now it's our spring blowout sale. Save $750 on a cabinet refacing project with interest-free financing for 12 months and get a $100 Target gift card with purchase. Senior and military discounts are available, but call during this program and we'll double your savings. Save $1,500 on a cabinet refacing project with 24 months interest-free financing and double it to a $200 Target gift card with purchase. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
How do you use your energy? Giving back to your community? Fueling your drive to deliver hope for neighbors in need? At Alliant Energy, we're creating more clean, renewable energy every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power. We're thinking about a brighter future. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
Things were really starting to turn worse for my mom. They basically said, that's all we can do.
Right to try is hope when there is no hope.
We had done research on the ZySAMI. Apparently it was still in stage 3 clinical trials.
She couldn't have that medication unless it was for the Right to Try Act and Senator Johnson's work.
This is 3 days after the treatment, and you can see the difference. You know, without the efforts of Senator Johnson, my mom wouldn't be here today.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
I love being an orthopedic surgeon because I can help people improve their lives. My name is Ashish Raval. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. My specialty is sports medicine, focusing specifically on the care of the shoulder, hip, and knee.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's a little cloudy and a little rainy outside for us right now. Again, I did have to grab the umbrella when I stepped outside a second ago. Some heavier raindrops, but not a lot coming down for us currently. And overnight, we'll have some more showers building in, but it's not going to lead to too much accumulation. Temperature-wise, it's below average. This time of year, highs should be in the low 50s. And as we look ahead to next week, it is going to get milder, a little more spring-like with our highs. Scattered showers passing through for us. This main band moving through over the last 3 hours. And now we have a few more scattered showers behind it. And that's going to be the scene for us through the rest of the evening and overnight with off and on rain chances. Mostly cloudy right now. Temperature-wise, we fall through the 40s and landing close to the mid-30s for us for overnight lows for early Thursday. Thursday will be cloudy early in the day since temps will be in the mid to low 30s. This rain will mix with snow early on and then transition back over to rain in the afternoon. So we'll have this mixed precipitation through much of the late morning and afternoon. High temperatures on Thursday close to 40. So it does transition over to rain before we move back over to some light snow showers heading into Friday morning. The light snow comes through for us throughout the morning on Friday before wrapping up in the afternoon. And finally, we transition into sunny skies for Saturday. Rainfall totals, though, throughout that entire period, you just saw all the off and on shower chances through Thursday and through Friday, still only landing at about 1/4 of an inch of accumulation. So similar to what we have right now, where it's going to stay gray and we're going to have the raindrops falling from the sky. It's just not going to lead to much accumulation for us over the next few days, which, again, we've had significant rainfall so far over the last week and a half. It's nice to have breaks between the rain, and right now it's nice to just have some light showers instead of some heavier rain coming in. As we look at our 6 to 10 day outlook, that warming trend shifting off to the east, a cooling trend off to the west, but we'll start to see that shift a little closer towards the end of the month. Our rain chance is still above average, and it does look like next week we could have some heavier shower and thunderstorm chances. That does come along with the warmer temperatures, so we get to enjoy the warmer temperatures, but of course that sees an increase in our thunderstorm chances. For tomorrow afternoon, high temperatures will be in the low 40s, cloudy outside and colder. We pull back a little bit for our afternoon highs, about 10 degrees below average. Plan on the possibility for some light snow showers early, mixing with rain in the afternoon, and then again mixing late at night. Breezy outside for Friday. Friday cooler still with highs in the upper 30s. We'll start the day off close to freezing, and overnight lows will drop down to the upper 20s. For Saturday, we'll have sunshine in the mid-40s. For Sunday, we'll be in the mid-50s with sunshine. Skies become mostly cloudy late in the day with showers at night. That brings us into what could be a little bit of a rainy and stormy week for next week. High temperatures will be in the 60s for us, low 60s for the next several days. Overnight lows landing in the mid-40s. So a very consistent stretch there of mild temperatures and some soggy storms passing through. Showers might linger into early Thursday morning before we see a little bounce back again, that cooler trend heading into the following weekend. That'll be Easter weekend for us. So it'll be nice to have some drier conditions for Saturday and Sunday.
But this Sunday looks nice.
This Sunday does look really nice. The cloud coverage builds in late. We have comfortable temperatures. We have dry weather. So it's going to be a good opportunity to possibly get outside.
And this is the time of the year where it'll be like you flip a switch and everything turns green.
Oh, yes, yes.
My daylilies popped up overnight.
See, that's what I'm waiting for. We have a huge pollinator garden out front. And when things start coming up, it lights it all up. You're right. It turns green so fast.
With all this rain.
Yes.
A little sun is all we need.
That's all we need. We need a few days of it to help clean things up. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Dana.
Residents in Shanghai are growing increasingly frustrated with strict lockdown measures that have been imposed to try to eliminate the coronavirus.
Despite the growing anger, Chinese authorities extended a lockdown to Shanghai's 26 million people.
Selena Wang reports.
Anger is reaching a boiling point in Shanghai. Chinese social media showing residents in lockdown protesting, chanting, "We want jobs, we want freedom." Hundreds in one Shanghai neighborhood broke out of confinement, pleading for affordable food. This resident confronts the police, yelling, "Why are we being starved?" Residents in another neighborhood crowded at the gate inside their compound, asking, "Why not put us all in prison? We've been locked in for 26 days anyway." Shanghai is now the center of China's worst crisis since the early days of the pandemic. Most of the city's 25 million residents are under strict lockdown with no clear end in sight. Residents aren't even allowed to briefly step outside. CNN filmed this man walking in his apartment compound. He was immediately escorted back home. Social media shows children, even infants, separated from their families at a Shanghai hospital after testing positive for COVID-19. Isolated alone, crying. CNN cannot independently verify the images, but spoke to a mother who was separated from her 2-year-old daughter. The hospital later said in a statement that it was moving its pediatric ward to make more room for COVID patients. CNN spoke to the daughter of this man who has late-stage stomach cancer. He's supposed to be hospitalized for chemotherapy, but isn't allowed to leave his apartment. He presses his chest in pain. In another heartbreaking case shared online, a woman is screaming in desperation for the paramedic to help an asthma patient. His heart has stopped, she said, pleading to borrow the ambulance's defibrillator. But the paramedics refused to help. Soon after, the patient died. Since confirming its first Omicron case in mid-December, mainland China's average new daily case count has surged from double digits to more than 9,000. There are more than 110,000 active cases and counting. But across China, every single case is required to stay at a hospital or quarantine center, like this makeshift one in lockdown northeastern Jilin province. This patient describes the unsanitary conditions. He says, there is nothing here. No masks, no medical alcohol, no disinfection. Look at the garbage, the toilets. And social media shows this chaotic scene outside a makeshift hospital in Shanghai. CNN spoke to a woman who was there. Patients battling for limited blankets and food, no medical staff in sight, as medical resources in the city are stretched to the limit. The outbreak in China's financial hub is a grim setback for China's economic recovery. To keep operations running, some businesses are quarantining their employees at the office. This video diary shows 75 office workers locked down in 3,000 square feet of space. The workers said they lived in the office for 12 days earlier in March. Shanghai, China's bustling cosmopolitan city, now a ghost town. While most of the world is learning to live with COVID, entire cities and provinces in China are grinding to a halt. But for how long and at what cost? Selena Wang, Tokyo.
Unbelievable. The broader lockdown came after testing saw asymptomatic COVID cases surge to more than 13,000.
But symptomatic cases in Shanghai were very low. Testing on Monday revealed 268 cases, but Chinese officials say it's not low enough to end the strict regulations.
26 million people and 268 cases.
They're trying to end it completely. Yep.
All right, well, coming up next on Live at 4, gas prices have people resorting to what used to be a rare crime, stealing gas.
And then coming up next hour at 5, we'll show you around some souvenirs of service from the Wisconsin Veterans Museum. That's coming up at 5.
At Star N Bank, we think having choices is important, so you can choose the products that are right for your life. What are you waiting for? Explore the possibilities today at starnbank.com.
Bring your dream kitchen to life with cabinet refacing from Mad City Kitchens.
My mom even came over and she loved it. She's like, I can't wait to come in here more often and just more cooking and baking. Because she remembers the first kitchen, she was like, this needs to get redone.
Choose new cabinet colors, hardware options, and countertops installed in as little as 2 days. And now it's our spring blowout sale. Save $750 on a cabinet refacing project with interest-free financing for 12 months and get a $100 Target gift card with purchase. Senior and military discounts are available, but call during this program and we'll double your savings. Save $1,500 on a cabinet refacing project with 24 months interest-free financing and double it to a $200 Target gift card with purchase. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Women are living longer than ever before with Kisqali when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in postmenopausal women or in men with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
Today's the day to go farther with a partner that provides you innovative solutions for your own personal financial future. Explore the possibilities today at starnbank.com.
A tragic incident reported from Mineral Point today as a daycare worker faces charges after the death of an infant. Tonight at 5, we'll reveal what we know in this developing story.
Below normal temperatures for early April will continue through the end of the week with off and on chances for rain and snow showers at times. Can we expect any snow to stick to the ground? I'll let you know at 5.
And then at 6, our Severe Weather Awareness Week coverage continues. Chris Reese offers some valuable advice to help you prepare for severe weather and stay ahead of the storms. Join us at 6.
Here's our weather satellite shot of the day. Charlotte, North Carolina. 80 degrees there.
It's a beautiful city.
Yeah, they call it the Wall Street of the South, don't they?
Yes, they do. That's a great skyline, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I did the Democratic Convention there.
That's right.
2012 was a lot of fun. Well, the price of gasoline is higher than it's been in years, and some people have given up paying for it. They're stealing it instead.
It is a growing problem that is hurting businesses and drivers.
Chris Van Cleve reports.
You're watching thieves making off with truckloads of fuel stolen in the dead of night from a Dallas area gas station.
Was this hard for them to do?
No, it was literally, they knew exactly. They knew what to do exactly.
They hit this station 16 times, likely using a device to bypass the credit card reader to steal more than 7,000 gallons of gas, costing owner Mandeep Singh about 27 grand.
They will open this part up, and they will mess up with the system.
So they're tricking the system?
Exactly.
As prices at the pump soar, so are reports of gas theft nationwide. The owner of this Houston station believes this minivan was equipped with a trap door. It parked over the underground storage tanks and sucked up $5,000 worth of gas before driving off.
It is extremely common. We know that this is happening.
Dallas Police Sergeant Richard Santiesteban says these fuel felons resell the stolen gas, but just driving around with that much fuel is a big risk.
It's an actual bomb that's on the road, and this is very, very volatile. It's extremely dangerous.
But it's not just gas stations. Across the U.S., bandits are drilling for dollars, going after the gas in parked cars.
Newer vehicles have a stopper in here that makes it very difficult to siphon fuel the old-fashioned way, which is why the bad guys have to go under the car and right for the fuel tank.
This man was arrested, suspected of drilling into the tanks of several vehicles parked in front of Atlanta homes.
So I'm driving to go pick up food, stop at the gas station, start filling up with gas, and there's gas is just spewing everywhere. I got underneath the car, looked at it, and there was a hole in the bottom of the gas tank.
AAA recommends parking in a garage or other secured parking facility if possible. If you have to park on this street, they say it's best to look for a well-lit, highly trafficked area. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Dallas.
That's dangerous.
You got a van full of gas and you're driving down the street.
50 miles an hour.
Wow,
it's
very dangerous.
Well, still to come at 4, the horrors of war continue in Ukraine as some are accusing Russia of war crimes.
6 weeks into the unprovoked invasion, Russia seems to be shifting its focus a little bit. We'll talk about the latest impressions of the war in Ukraine when Live at 4 continues.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
I chose Mad City for their great quality and customer service.
I don't feel like I'm walking into my grandma's kitchen anymore. The soft closing doors are just so nice.
They'll shut down by themselves. The same thing with the drawers.
From soft closed doors and drawers to new countertops and custom shelving, you can have it all installed in as little as 2 days with Mad City Kitchen's cabinet refacing services. And now it's our spring blowout sale. Save $750 with interest-free financing for 12 months and receive a $100 Target gift card with purchase. Senior and military discounts are available. And listen to this. Call during this program and double your savings. Save $1,500 on a cabinet refacing project, 24 months interest-free financing, and double it to a $200 Target gift card with purchase. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County continues to help hardworking families attain homeownership. By providing financial coaching, homeowners can manage their mortgage and other finances while building stability for their family. Strengthen our community. Support Habitat Dane County.
As of 2022, TSR Concrete Coatings has coated nearly 11
million square feet of concrete, and we've completed over 15,000 jobs. If we haven't met yet, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and here we transform your old, cracked garage floor from this to this in just one day. We don't just coat over your old concrete. We grind it down, apply our base coat and chip, and then seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. And our floors are ridiculously easy to clean. All of our coatings are covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty, and we have our own in-house team ready to answer any questions you may have before and after your install. To learn more or get your new floor, visit the website or call us at the number shown below today. One day floor.
What are you recommending for muscle pain?
Based on clinical data, I recommend Salon Pass.
Agreed. My patients like these patches because they work up to 12 hours, even on moderate pain.
Salon Pass, it's good medicine.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
Well, things starting to slow down along the Beltline for us right now. The southwestern corner of the state looks fairly smooth. Eastbound along the Beltline, though, we're seeing pretty significant delays. Traffic is moving, but speeds down to about the mid-teens for us. Closer to Monona, though, things pick up closer to the interstate. Westbound gets a little slower past John Nolan, and then things do pick up closer to Middleton. As far as Rock County, north and southbound along the interstate, it's fairly smooth, and downtown Janesville, some good news, a lot of green for us this evening. We aren't even seeing red pop up in the usual slow and go spots for Janesville. Now, from the Beltline to Janesville, we're sitting at about 25 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City, and downtown to Sun Prairie, sitting fairly close to average for us for this time of the evening at about a 17-minute commute. That's a quick look at traffic.
All right, Dana, thank you. Fancying steak for dinner? This 3D printer is producing a whole veggie steak. Spanish startup Nova Meat is targeting heavy meat eaters who can't compromise on the taste and texture of real meat. The company wants to attract customers who want to reduce the meat they eat. They say they aren't after vegetarian or vegan consumers because this product is just like meat. The 3D printed steak has to fool all senses: taste, texture, appearance, and even smell. The cost of Nova Meat steaks vary from $55 to $65 a pound, making it a premium product. 3D printing technology is still a bit too slow to drag prices down, but they're hoping to speed up the process and lower the prices. I don't know.
It's fascinating.
It is fascinating. Well, international outrage is intensifying over the apparent murder of civilians in the Bucha region, Bucha, Ukraine.
Today, the Biden administration and European allies announced new sanctions against Russia.
UW-Madison professor of political science, Yoshiko Herrera, joins us once again. Thanks for being with us.
Great to see you, Yoshiko.
Likewise, thank you.
So where do we stand at this point, 6 weeks into this war?
Well, the war has not gone as Putin had hoped. He had hoped for a quick victory, and the Ukrainian army and Ukrainians as a whole have shown remarkable resilience and resolve in fighting back. And one of the significant developments is that the Russian side has pulled out of the north of Kiev, the capital city. And that's important because that suggests that there will not be another front coming with participation from Belarus. And it also suggests that Russia is no longer even going to try to stop the supply lines coming in from the west.
In light of alleged war crimes in Bucha, why are the U.S. and Europe not moving forward with establishing a no-fly zone or a protected humanitarian corridor in Ukraine?
Yeah, this is a very difficult dilemma. Everybody would like to save civilian lives and to stop the destruction of Ukraine as soon as possible. But unfortunately, the concern about a no-fly zone is that it would lead to an escalation and a direct confrontation between NATO and Russia. And because there's a possibility of nuclear war and nuclear exchange, NATO allies and the United States are being very cautious about that. However, on the other side, nobody likes to see these civilian atrocities, war crimes, and what some are even calling genocide taking place. And so there is more and more pressure to do more to support Ukraine militarily, but somehow avoiding a direct formal confrontation between Russia and Ukraine. To provide a humanitarian corridor or a no-fly zone would mean that NATO or allied Ukrainian allied forces would have to be willing to shoot down Russian planes or to fire at Russian targets in order to protect those civilians. And so it sounds like it's just protective and it's just humanitarian, but it actually means, if you're going to enforce it, that it means confrontation. And that's why it's potentially dangerous.
New sanctions against Russia were announced today, and it seems like, why are there still more sanctions to be imposed? Why aren't they just cut off?
Well, the biggest issue is that Russia supplies about a third of Europe's energy, and that is a major source of income for Russia. And so the big thing left in sanctions is cutting off energy exports from Russia. I think the Europeans are already moving on this. They already have banned coal. The U.S. has banned Russian oil. Those might look like small steps, but I think that there are discussions in place about next moving towards banning Russian oil. Gas is harder because it's in pipelines. It's harder to replace. Countries are more reliant on it. But there are proposals being floated for how to reduce purchases of gas and how to shift European energy to other sources, including from the U.S.
Will they be effective, though? Isn't it primarily civilians who suffer from these sanctions? Do you think this could actually bring the war to an end?
Well, I think there's going to have to be multiple factors that bring it to an end. Number one, I think the Ukrainian military efforts are at the forefront because it's primarily a military operation, and I don't think Putin is going to stop until he is stopped militarily. So I think the military support for Ukraine is number one. But the sanctions do weaken Russian state capacity because they're creating a lot of economic damage in Russia, which Putin is going to have to explain to people why they're not only war dead, but why the country is being isolated in many ways, and why there's inflation, why payments are not being made, et cetera. So I think the sanctions do weaken Russian state capacity and the ability to carry out the war.
Yoshiko, we are out of time for now, but I'm sure we'll check back in the near future. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you so much, Yoshiko.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
Sure.
Great to see you.
We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.